my channel. It's me, Jenisha Stanley again. And today, I'm going to review the book, I Survived, The Attacks of September 11th, 2001. This book was written by Tarshis and illustrated by Dawson. This book has 82 pages and 12 chapters. So what is this book all about? Well, this book is about Lucas, this young boy over here, surviving the horrible attacks of September 11th, 2001, also known as the Twin Tower attacks or the attacks of 9/11. And also remember, the book is historical fiction, so the characters are fake, but the disaster is real. So, the story all starts with Lucas on the football field in New York with his team. Everyone was cheering for him. He saw the ball flying through the air. His eyes were glued on it, prepared to take the shot. He jumped, but he caught the ball, but still he fell on the ground head first. Crack! It was like he thought his brain was literally bouncing around in his skull. Ew, I wouldn't like that. Until he fell over and he saw like a bunch of stars, a galaxy, and then he blacked out. The next few hours were a blur, so after that, he finally opened his eyes. He realized he was in a hospital, and his mom came over to him. He started talking with the doctor, and she asked the doctor, how many concussions is too many for an 11-year-old boy? The doctor replied, 3 concussions in 2 years might be too much for an 11-year-old boy. But what really hit him bad is that he'd have to stay off the field for almost 2 weeks, or 12 days altogether, to be specific. So, Lucas really didn't like that. On September 9th, Lucas was discharged from the hospital. On the very next day, whenever he was dropped off at the bus stop, Lucas immediately got on his bike and went to the subway. He got onto the train, and instead of going to school, he actually went to New York. But why? To see his Uncle Benny. He was the one who made Lucas go to football playing in the first place. He loved it so much because of that. He is a firefighter, working at a fire station near the Twin Towers. He spent the entire night there, not just the day, until it was the very next day. People were rushing to work. Cars, trucks, buses, many vehicles were starting to go everywhere and started to zoom around until everything stopped. Something was in the air, but nobody could recognize what it was until it got lower and lower and lower. It got so low that Lucas could actually read the letters inscribed on it. AA, standing for American Airlines. Somebody thought, was the pilot sick? Hurt? No, that can't be any of those. There would be a co-pilot to take over the entire thing. But still, they realized that there was something in the plane's way. The Twin Towers! So, as the plane went to the Twin Towers, it was too late for the plane to turn. It smashed into one of the towers, causing a huge explosion, and everyone started looking. It created a huge puff of black smoke. Everyone started screaming and panicking and freaking out. It was tense. So, Uncle Benny was going to get prepared until he started chatting on his phone. This is a 1060 situation. 1060. 1060 was the worst kind of alarm yet. So, somebody else arrived on the scene. Somebody that Lucas knew. His dad! His dad was also a firefighter going to get ready until he recognized that Lucas was there. Lucas, what are you doing here? I received your message that you were here and that you were okay. So, Lucas's dad and uncle are trying to contain the entire fire. Lucas's dad was going to put out the fires that come from the collapsed towers once they actually do collapse. So, Lucas was rushed back into the fire station as it was much too dangerous for just an 11-year-old boy to be standing outside. He could get hurt. No wonder he was forced inside. So, he looked out the window and saw the tiny pieces of paper floating around. They looked like white dots until the first tower collapsed, causing smoke, destruction, and lots of fire. So then he saw another plane smash into the other tower, and soon after, it collapsed as well, plunging Lucas into complete darkness. Soon after, he opened his eyes again and saw that he was in complete darkness. There was dust all over him, in his nose, up his mouth. Ew, he wouldn't like it at all. And there was also bits of broken glass and dust on his skin. When he tried to wipe it off, it just wouldn't work at all. It just poked him even more. Ouch! Lucas would not like that if I was him, until he realized his dad was there. He turned on a flashlight and said to everyone meaning 4 other people, 2 boys and 2 girls, all older than Lucas. So, Lucas's dad said, "This gas is dangerous for us to breathe. We need a piece of cloth so we can filter the dust out, but still have perfect air to breathe." So they all did that, but they noticed that the door was stuck. So his dad had to get an axe, smash the door open so everyone could escape. They realized both of the towers, the north one and the south one, had collapsed completely. All there was dust or broken chunks of it entirely that looked hideous. They wondered where Uncle Benny was, so he crawled out of the remains, but still he was safe, but still he was in horrible shape. He was sent to the hospital immediately. He was treated, and then they went home to watch a football game. And this is the way an 11-year-old boy survived the horrible attacks of 9/11. Let me give you some quick facts on the attacks of 9/11. Well, actually, not only 2 planes attacked on the attacks of 9/11, but actually 4 did, not just plane 2. Only 2 of them attacked the Twin Towers. The other 2 went into different places. One of them crashed into a field in Pennsylvania, killing everyone on board. It was the brave passengers who sacrificed their lives in an attempt to get back to where they were going. But it crashed. The other one crashed into the Pentagon building in Washington, D.C., killing more than 100 and creating a huge hole in the Pentagon building wall. So everyone, go and read this book to read an amazing story on how this brave young boy survived the horrible attacks of 9/11. Friends, thanks for watching my videos. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel to stay tuned in on my new videos. I'll fly over to my next video. See you there.